What are the steps to take your weekend photography hobby to a full-time business? What should you know before you make that decision? What are some things that will make life easier? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 things, and if you know me, a bonus one, that you can take your weekend photography hobby into a full-time business, well, as easily as possible. Now, I'm going to give you at least 5. I'm going to throw in an extra one, so that'll be 6. But watch number 5, especially number 5, because it's as important as the previous 4, and they're all important. So let's get started. The first thing, before you do anything, and this is so important. This is something I see daily, and it frustrates me. Make sure you're actually a qualified photographer. Make sure that people want to buy your product or your service. Whether you're a nature photographer, a wildlife photographer, whether you're doing weddings, family pictures, commercial work. I know. Your husband says you're the best photographer he's ever seen. Your mom and dad are great supporters of your work, and they're telling everybody how good of a photographer you are. Your cousins, they want you to shoot their weddings. They want you to shoot their family pictures. But why are they asking you this? Is it because you're the greatest photographer ever? And maybe. Or is it because you're the greatest photographer that they know that will do it for free? Are you selling nature and wildlife prints because you're selling them for $2 and it costs you $2 to have them printed? It's not making a lot of money. Are family and friends begging you to take family pictures because you do it for free? Find somebody that you can trust, a teacher, a mentor, somebody in the photography industry, business, hobby, whatever, that is not related to you, that has no horse in the race, as they say, and ask them to judge your work, to tell you honestly what they think, you're worth, and whether you're going to make it as a full-time business, or whether photography should just be your hobby. I saw it the other day, and I see it repeatedly, but the other day was really bad. I was on Facebook, and an ad popped up for a photographer. Buy my prints, half price. Oh, okay, wow, that's cool. Canvas prints, I won't tell you what the price was, but it was dirt cheap. So I clicked on the ad just to see what this person was shooting. They're a nature and wildlife photographer. And they're shooting pictures that were, not good. Let's just be blunt. They were horrible. My 7-year-old grandson, my 4-year-old grandson, my 1-year-old grandson could probably take a better picture than what this person was taking. They were blurry. They weren't very interesting. And they're selling them for half price. Well, even half price was too much money. No wonder they cut everything down to half price, because it wasn't worth it. Wedding photographers, I hear it constantly. I had so many people wanting me to take wedding pictures, so I decided to do it as a business, and nobody wants to pay me. Then I see their pictures and I go, I understand why. Get an honest opinion, a review, a critique, whatever of your work. Find somebody that you can trust and have them go through your work and tell you what they think of it, whether they think people would pay for it, and go from there. All right. Point number 2. This is another important one, but get the gear you need before you quit your part-time job or your full-time job to run your business. Again, I see it repeatedly. People decide they're going to become a photographer. They quit a good paying job. Then they all of a sudden realize that they've only got one camera body. They need another camera body, and that's going to be $5,000. And then they need a new computer because their old computer is too slow. And then get the gear while you have income. Start charging for your wedding work as a hobbyist, as a part-timer. Start making some money from it, but take that money, invest it back into your business, and buy the gear you're going to need. Buy the gear that you have to have. Now, I'm not saying waste your money. Please understand, and if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm against just selling and buying stuff just for the sake of doing that. But there's some stuff that we need. As a photographer, you need a good computer. If you've got an old computer, if it takes 25 minutes for you to download 2 pictures and you're going out to shoot a wedding with 5,000 pictures, it's going to take you a month to download those images. So figure out before you quit a good job, put some money into the equipment, and go from there. All right, number 2. Or is this number 3? I think this is number 3. Number 3. before you do anything, before you make that decision, start marketing yourself. And I mean market yourself. Get an online presence, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Get a great website, get marketing material, get business cards, get your name out there. Whether you're a nature photographer or wildlife photographer, get business cards for that and start going around to galleries, start going around to gift shops. Get your name out there. If you're a wedding photographer, go to wedding shows, start marketing yourself. Do it before you become a full-time photographer. Why? Because it's better to be starting already running than it is to start your business from a zero and have to build up from there. Well, you're making money from another business. Start getting busy with your photography. I know it's stressful. I know it can cause issues. I know it can be hard to keep two things going at the same time. But it's better to start from that point than it is to go from zero and start building up. Be like those annoying real estate agents that we know, insurance agents, car salesmen. Give out your business cards everywhere. Get that website that's just absolutely knock your socks off. Build up your portfolio with lots of work. Get handouts. Start getting your name out there so people know about you. I see repeatedly ads coming up for companies going out of business that I didn't know existed. Why? Because they never marketed themselves. We've been in business for a year. We decided to shut down. We're selling all our products. I didn't even know you were in business. I didn't even know where you were. Photographers are like that as well. Oh, I've been trying this for 2 years. I just can't do it anymore. I'm shutting down. I'm selling all my gear. I didn't even know you were around. Didn't even know anything about you. All right, the next one. What's this, number 4? I lose track when I'm doing these things. Before you make that decision, before you step out, before you do anything, get some emergency money in the bank. And I mean not just for you, but for your business as well. Work at that full-time job while you're doing your photography. Bank the money you're making from your photography so that you have emergency funds for that. Get emergency money for your personal life. If you're stepping out to do full-time photography, that's going to be all your income, and you have zero money, well, all you have to do is have one slow month or a slow week or even a slow day, and you're in serious trouble. Get money put aside today so that, well, you're not already stressed out when you're starting your business. You're not already running behind when you're starting your business. All right, the next point. Before we get into the next point, because this one's really important. If you've made it this far, if you've watched this video and you like what I'm talking about, click on the like button. Click on the subscribe, that little bell notification, and let's get into, I think it's number 5. Learn how to take pictures in all situations. Go out there and take pictures of nature and wildlife, of weddings, of families. Learn how to take pictures in all weather conditions, in all stress situations, whatever. Learn. Learn what to do when there's long shadows. Learn what to do with shadows. Learn how to get around bad lighting conditions. Learn what to do when the weather's not nice. Learn what to do to deal with a bad client. Somebody who's throwing a temper tantrum while you're taking pictures. Learn all of this before. Again, it's too late when you become a full-time photographer to decide that you're going to start to learn how to take pictures properly. It's too late when you have a wedding booked and the wedding is in a really dark church and you don't know how to shoot in the dark situation in that church. It's too late when you're going out to take nature and wildlife pictures and you don't know where the animals are. You don't know where the scenery is. You're struggling with everything. Watch all of that. Learn beforehand and continue to learn when you become a full-time photographer. Learning should never stop. Your pictures today should be better than your pictures yesterday. But your pictures tomorrow should be better than your pictures today. Every single day of being a photographer, you should grow. All right, the bonus one, the big one. And this covers off everything else in one thing. Be prepared for frustration. Be prepared for stress. Don't push yourself too hard, too fast. Do everything that I've talked about, but understand that there will be days when things don't go your way. There will be days when you don't book a wedding or a job. There will be days when you go to a trade show to sell your nature and wildlife photography and you get nothing. There will be days when National Geographic, Time Magazine, Getty Images doesn't call you for work. There'll be those days, but understand, don't get frustrated. Continue to work. Here's something that happens in my business constantly. When it's slow here, I start doing marketing. I start running ads. I start doing a bunch of work online. I give out little cards to people. I do all of this when it's slow. As it starts to get busier, I don't do that as much. Then it starts to slow down. Why? Because I haven't marketed myself as much. So then I have to build it up. I've learned that there will be great days. I'll learn that there'll be slow days. Some days that there's absolutely nothing happening. I've come in here and I've sat behind this desk. I've made 0 sales. And then the next day somebody comes in and they pay for an entire month of expenses. They're my income for an entire month with one job. And then for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I hardly make any money. It happens like that in all businesses. Photography, we have our good times, we have our bad times. January, there's not a lot of people getting married around here. There's not a lot of family pictures being done. There's not a lot of anything happening in the photography business. So understand that there'll be months when it'll be slow. There'll be months when you'll be busy. Appreciate the times when it's busy. Enjoy those times. Yes, I know it's stressful. Yes, I know you're tired. But just remember the month before when it was slow and you were upset. Now that it's busy, don't be upset about that. Be happy that it's busy. So I hope those things helped you. If you are decided to make that jump from being a hobbyist to a full-time photographer, I hope it goes smoothly with you. Work at it. Get out there, take some amazing pictures, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.